Welcome. And we have Aaron here from NBCU. Welcome, Aaron.
Thanks. Glad to be here.
Good. Well, I'm excited for you to be participating. So we want to learn a little bit about what programmatic means to you. So can you give us a quick overview about your role, responsibility, and how programmatic plays into that?
Sure, happy to. So I manage what we call partnerships and portfolio products at NBCU. So basically that means that any product we have that spans the portfolio through a sales lens.
Yep.
So with respect to programmatic is something that obviously has the ability to span across our entire portfolio, leveraging sort of data as the core, or the thread throughout each of those different respective verticals, whether it's sports, news, entertainment, Hispanic. The programmatic platform covers across all of those different businesses.
And what do you see the trend of programmatic? So obviously it's happening, it's here, it's not going anywhere, right?
Yeah, so I think we actually announced earlier today that we had basically relaunched our platform under a new brand name called AWXI. And so that's effectively acknowledging that, as you suggest, programmatic is here, and that we are open for business to transact programmatically. And that goes across any and all of our inventory, whether that's display, mobile, video, including premium inventory that might be the blacklist, the voice.
Yep.
I mean, all of those things are incorporated as part of the framework for what we're offering programmatically. At the same time, I think what we're principally focused on is how do we leverage the platform to make use of it for our best customers.
Okay.
So, and treating it holistically as part of our portfolio sales offering. So, where they might interact with us around sponsorships or around specific verticals, we're leveraging programmatic as a way to bring in data to be able to do audience targeting as well. So it's not something that's open to everyone, but we are making it available to select customers, and we've had a fair degree of success so far with that.
So you're making investments into this channel, obviously.
We are.
The growth is there.
Yes.
How is this changing your dynamic with marketers today?
So, I think it's if we take a step back in terms of our conversations with each of our clients, this is really a focus on what do they want to leverage this tool for? What are the principal marketing objectives that they want to accomplish? And can we, working with them and leveraging these technologies, help them accomplish that? It's not a matter of, we're just turning it on and money flows in.
Exactly.
If it were that simple, it would be really easy. It's more really about, can we leverage this as a tool, as an additional tool, as we do many of the other things within our portfolio, whether that's client solutions and big ideas, whether it's sponsorships, whether it's tentpole events. I mean, this is a component of all of those things.
So efficiency versus effectiveness, is it hitting both of those areas? I mean, talk to me a little bit about what you're seeing from it.
Yeah, I mean, I think, look, it really depends on what the specific client objectives are and how they're intending to use it. But given the scope of our portfolio, I think we can satisfy a number of those different things. Like obviously we have reach. We're talking about 150 million plus uniques on a monthly basis. But at the same time, I think the thing that's really important to our clients is that they can leverage their data and combine that with the context of a respective property, and they're getting better results as a function of that than context or data on their own.
And so the overall effectiveness, I mean,
it goes up, absolutely.
Excellent.
And we have multiple case studies from our clients to illustrate that.
So we talk about this as being the new normal, right? So today we're launching a new type of technology into the space. Is this the new normal? Is this, are we seeing this major change happening in our space underneath our eyes?
I don't know that I would call it the new normal. I'd say it's a point on a continuum, right? I think if you're in this space long enough, you know that things change very quickly. And in another 6 months, we may be talking about a new perspective on how people are looking at programmatic, how they're looking at data, how they're looking at audience targeting versus contextual targeting. I mean, I think that we've come to recognize that we can extract more value out of our audience leveraging data and leveraging technology to do that. How that means in terms of our operating, how we operate our business, I think that will continue to change over time.
So if you look back and you think about a technology, and if today we picked up a cell phone from 1999 or whatever year that was, what do you correlate that with? I mean, an old technology coming forward. When you think about that change, what comes to mind?
Well, I mean, there's been a number of obviously transformative technologies going back 20 years. Email, the browser, the iPhone. You know, I think the ability, particularly over the course of really the last 5 years or so, where programmatic has really come into play, which is the ability to leverage data to be able to identify and target audiences specifically.
Yeah.
So if you look at the history of media sales in general, you've generally sold context or content as representative of a particular, what is effective, a data set or an audience.
Yes.
And now you're leveraging the data and the technology to actually target that audience specifically. I think that the ebbs and the flows that we're seeing is for some time the data was used just on its own, and we're going to go find audiences. I think that we're seeing a flight back to quality because a lot of sites were set up fraudulently and otherwise where you can find that data match, but you weren't actually finding a set of eyeballs or an eyeball in the proper context. And so certainly the clients that we're working with recognize the value of the audience, the brand safety, the context that we're providing, and of course leveraging the data to help do that.
That's excellent. Well, thank you so much for your time today. We appreciate it, and we will come back to you soon.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.